Hello students, welcome to the class. Our subject is Nursing Foundation. Today we are going to discuss about role of regulatory bodies. Now what's the role of regulatory bodies to control these nursing standards, to control these nursing practices? The health professions like nursing, medical, pharmacy, they all has got these regulatory bodies. You need to get registered so that you can do your practices. So you are not allowed to do any kind of malpractices. Now these regulatory bodies will control your behaviors. If you have done anything wrong, then you should be responsible and answerable to that. Okay. Now, what's the important functions of regulatory bodies? Now, regulatory bodies ensure the public right to quality of healthcare services. Regulatory bodies which control the nursing standards. Regulatory bodies which control the nursing practices. Regulatory bodies set the standard for nursing practices. Regulatory bodies enhance the professional practices. Regulatory bodies which require and which supply the required monitoring or services supervisions to see the nursing standards. They'll have a look into that what you are doing. So you are under surveillance. If you are done anything wrong, then you are the responsible person to answer to them. Then regulatory bodies which make certain regulation procedures like registration. See, if you are studied in Karnataka, then you need to make a registration in KNC. If you studied in Maharashtra, if you done your nursing there in Maharashtra, you need to do Maharashtra registration. See, each state council will be there to make your registration. Now, regulatory bodies also receive a authority for registration. They will ask you to renewal, so they will give a permission to practice. If you are not registered, if you are not done a renewal, then you don't have any right to practice. If you are practicing or if any problem happened, then as how they said, you are the responsible person for, you should answerable. So these are the important responsible role of these vital regulatory bodies. Now if you see the role of a government, we can see two types: a role of central government, a role of state government. Okay, role of central and role of state government. Now in role of central government, we can see that central government can have regulatory bodies in three ways. One is government service and conduct, Indian Nursing Council, and English law. Now, these are the three ways how the central government can have a control over these regulations, rules and regulatory bodies. Now, first is government service and conduct. Now here there will be a set of rules or laws those are working in government sector, government employees have to follow. Now the government employee has to follow these rules so that they are having a moral values, they need to follow that. It's mainly for the employees those who work under government sectors, any department. Now here if you see the nursing department, if any nurse, a practitioners or any registered nurse who work under government hospital or government sectors, then they that some laws will be applicable for them. If you see the nursing practices, then rest all for all the departments which comes under government sector. Next is Indian Nursing Council. This is one of the important regulatory bodies which is mainly focused on nursing a profession. So whoever done their nursing, that will be registered under INC, Indian Nursing Council. Now the function of Indian Nursing Council is it provide the uniform standard for all the nursing educations. Now all your state nursing council which are reporting to INC, all these states which comes under INC, so that INC will have a clear picture about what's happening in each state. So INC will control the educational standard. Now INC has the authority to prescribe the curriculum. Now INC, Indian Nursing Council, they will give a curriculum, they will give a syllabus what you have to teach in particular health profession. If it is nursing, they will give a nursing syllabus, that first year nursing what you have to teach, second year, third year and fourth year what you have to teach. Then INC has authority to recognize the program for nursing education and refuse the recognition. Now, we might have noticed this when you take an admission, you will ask whether INC recognition is there for that college or not there. Now, based on the requirement, if you are able to meet the requisitions, then definitely INC will give a recognition to particular school or colleges. If it is not, then no recognition. So only INC has got a authority to give this sorry, 1 minute. Now INC has got authority to give a recognition or take back the recognition from particular institution. Now INC will provide the registration for the foreign nurses. That means if any foreign nurses who comes India to work or study, the INC will give a recognition to them. Now INC is authorized the state nursing registration council. As how I said, all your state council will comes under this INC. Karnataka Nursing Council, Maharashtra, Manipur, anything. These all things will comes under INC, Indian Nursing Council. Okay. The third law was under the government rule, English law. Now this English law is based on an English pattern, is the third way in which the central government is a source of legal authority. Now this will be very specific. This English law will be very specific. In this, if you are done any mistake, any malpractices, you are the right person to take a responsibility and you are answerable for anything. Now let me tell some of the important law which comes here. The right to refuse to treat the patient in other than emergency situation. Now if you are the nurse or doctor or any health professional practitioner, you have a right to refuse for giving a treatment. That is expect your emergency situation. Now you have a right to sue for the fees. Now also the nurse or any practitioner, they have a right to use their educational qualification, write that in front of their name. Like you can write Mr. XYZ MBBS MD. See, you are given that right to mention your educational qualification in front of your name. Now you have a right that you must be skilled enough to do your practices. You should have a sound knowledge and good practice so that you can perform the procedures to the patients. Then as per Indian Penal Code, that your responsibility that you should not mix the poisonous drugs with the non-poisonous drugs. The right is that you need to always keep poisonous drugs separately. Then the next right is you need to maintain the confidentiality in documentation. You need to maintain a documentation, and because that documentation can be used as evidence in court, so you must be very careful when you write the documents, and you need to be maintain the confidentiality. The third person cannot come and take any documentation from you. Then your right is to inform about the dangerous communicable diseases. If you know any person is affected with that particular disease, you need to inform, you need to report that. Then a nurse has got a responsibility to do all her work with the right code of conduct. That you are responsible, you need to follow the code of conduct. So these all are the important right what we can see under English law. So under a role of central government, we can see the regulatory bodies in three ways: central government services and care, Indian Nursing Council, and English law. Second, the role of a state government. Now here a state government is maintaining regulatory bodies. Now state government has got the state nursing council. The nurses need to register under particular state. Once you're done with your particular education course, it may be a general nursing, it may be a BSc nursing, MSc nursing, PBBS nursing, anything. Once you're done with your nursing professional course, you need to register under particular state. Now here a state will be responsible to manage your conduct, your behavior, so that you need to do a right practice if you're practicing in a particular state. If you're not registered in that particular state registration, then you're not permitted to work in that state. Now here the important function is it registers the nurse and nurse midwives, and it serves as a legal protection for the nurse one who are working. As how I said, the evidence can be produced in a court if it is necessary. It protects the public from incomplete nursing practices. As how I said, if you are not registered, if you are not completed your course, then you cannot register. If you are not registered, then you cannot practice. That means government is taking responsibility that untrained people are not in practice, so that people are getting a right care from the right nurse. Then it is also responsible to maintain rules, regulations, code of conduct, and your behavior. You need to maintain a total discipline in your behavior. So, state council will give you a set of behavior how you need to behave. Then it also take a effort to improve the standard of nursing care. A state government to take an effort so that it will enhance the quality of nursing care what we are providing. It also work for the welfare of members. Okay, nurses they're getting a welfare. The state government will work towards the welfare of nurses those who are working. So this is the important role of a state government. So today we discussed about role of regulatory bodies in that mainly two, central government and state government. I hope you understood. You can expect 2 or 3 marks question on that. Then definitely can write the answer now. Thank you.